So here are some of our headlines for this Monday morning, June 5th, 2017. As far as Alaska news goes, there was a wildfire that was reported on Thursday and then had grown a bit on Friday and then was pretty much contained over the weekend near Tok, about 1,000 acres or so. It's actually, don't get too comfortable. The wildfire season is still underway. We did have a slow start to the season. And, of course, anytime you have any wildfires at all, people get quite tense compared to some of the things we've had in the past. There was a 100-acre fire reported near Dillingham on Saturday afternoon. That one they're just monitoring because it's in a low suppression area. Not a lot of no homes or business. There's not a lot of buildings at all in that area, and pretty much to be concerned about. So they're just kind of keeping their eye on it. Also, fires on public lands near Gilmore Trail have been prohibited by BLM, in part because there have been some bonfires out in that area in the past. And because of the high fire danger, they want to make sure that nothing gets out of control. The budget negotiations are at a stalemate. We're about halfway through the special session and still nothing has been done. So the governor is going to help them compromise. He's working on some kind of a compromise bill right now, which should be introduced this week. The Anchorage mayor has vowed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions on his own after Trump's Paris pullout. And there's been some cautious optimism because of a projected run of 41.5 million sockeye for the state this year. Remember that mama moose that we talked about last week down by Eagle River that had 2 babies with her and had charged some people? They ended up putting her down on Friday because she kept on charging at people. And the fact that she had chosen to bed down near a trail pretty much meant that it was unavoidable for her to come in contact with people. And so they decided to shoot her, and they captured the calves and took them to a wildlife rehabilitation center. Juneau's airport is preparing for the arrival of Uber, and among the things that they are talking about is making the Uber company pay a fee to operate there and charging $3 per ride for every single person who uses Uber at the airport. A man died from some kind of injuries in a construction accident, not a lot of details. Somewhere in the Wasilla area, Wasilla Fisher Road, they found the man in the roadway. They're saying it's a construction accident, no foul play, but a lot of details not forthcoming at this point. The U.S. rig count has risen. We're up to 916 rigs that are actively looking for oil or gas across the United States. Alaska was unchanged from last week. This is actually pretty good news when you consider that it bottomed out at about 400 rigs just last May. The Palmer High School sprinkler system was triggered by the warm weather, flooding 3 different floors. And Anchorage police are looking for yet another person who has escaped from a halfway house. And one last story to remember, there's many more stories than we have time for. If you want more news, we have a 30 to 40-minute audio version that we send out to the subscribers every morning at 5 a.m. If you're interested in that, check it out at radiofreespeech.com. Last story to consider is that one of the House Republicans, one of the top members of the Republican Party, was actually in Hawaii last week, but she was posting as if she was still in Juneau on Facebook. She's got some people asking some questions, especially since a number of the meetings that she missed, they didn't have a quorum to be able to conduct any business. So there you go. Thank you, representatives, for taking our salary and going on vacation in Hawaii. We could say more about that, but this isn't the commentary. This is the news. You want the commentary? Check it out today. I talk about the issue of a teenage mother. She was actually 18 years old and pregnant. She was denied the right to walk down and get her diploma, not because she was pregnant, but because she was immoral. That was what the school said. I'll talk about that and more at my commentary. Check it out. If you want to become a subscriber, I'd love to have you. RadioFreeSpeech.com.